I don't know what mild tastes like. I've tried to do a milder sauce, but mild, it doesn't have the personality that the other ones do. My family has always had a pepper relish that was always homemade. It was made, the last person we remember making it was my great-grandmother. My sister has memories. My sister is 8 years older than I am, and she has memories of my father when I was a child feeding it to me in my high chair. He would put it on pizza. We always ate it on pizza. And she has memories of him just spooning it into my mouth on my pizza and tears streaming down my face, but I'd still eat it. So it's always been around, and that's why I didn't think it was particularly special. I just always thought that people always had it, but it was something that was unique. And about 3 years ago, I wanted my father to teach me how to make it because I'd never made it before. When my father gave me the recipe, he didn't have anything written down. It was all oral tradition. It was an oral tradition. And he hadn't made it with his father for many years either. My grandfather has been dead for about 20 years now. So I don't remember my father making it for a long time. So when I asked him to make it, he would bring out a couple of onions and say, oh, that looks about right, or that looks about the right amount here. There were no weights or measurements. There was no recipe. We had to just sort of figure it out, and thank goodness it's a pretty easy recipe. It uses all natural ingredients. There's nothing funny. It's not a scientific kind of gastronomic recipe that people would go for nowadays. It's a very simple, old-fashioned recipe. And after our first production, and it sold out within, it was about a month, we were really happy. It was also the holiday season, so it was a shopping season as well. But we had to put in another order right before the rest of the holidays finished, is that there's flavor. It's not just spice. It's not just heat. It's not just pepper. There is a sweetness, and you can taste the flavors that are in it as well. So when people go, oh, it's really hot, more often than not, and probably 99%, even if people don't like hot, they say it has a nice flavor. They can taste the flavors behind it. We like to call it a happy heat because most people will smile. You'll get that endorphin rush. You'll feel the tingling of the heat, but it won't be like so much where it's like, oh, your taste buds are ruined. We don't want to ruin your taste buds. We just want to wake them up and prepare them for the next bite. When we sample it in grocery stores, I will get a lot of people telling me, oh, this reminds me of what my great-grandmother used to do, or this reminds me my aunt had a recipe like this. And I think everybody, when we were more agricultural and people did a lot more canning, I think a lot of people had sort of a similar recipe at least, because it does connect it's very interesting. My family's connected with many other families and from the South because it tastes very familiar to other people who might not make it in their family anymore. It's a nice connection that you have with people when they say, oh, this tastes like something that I'm familiar with. And when people taste it, and food is always to be shared. Food is a very communal experience. Eating is a very communal experience. And to be able to be on having our product at somebody's dinner table that they share with their family is very meaningful to me. I find that we've always had it in our family, and if it becomes a staple for somebody else's family, I find that the most rewarding. And it should be having fun. Everybody has unique taste buds, and you make it fun, make it enjoyable.